Hello, my name is Graciano Solodio, and today my informative speech is going to be about wildfires. What is a wildfire? A wildfire is, as the name says, a fire that has gone wild. It's a fire that has covered an immense area that is not under control. Okay. The reason why I chose this topic is because of the immense fires that have been occurring in the beginning of this year in Australia and Brazil, and the ones that have occurred lately in Northern California. The locations where wildfires are more likely to occur are in vegetarian areas of Australia, the Western Cape of South Africa, and dry forests of Europe and North America, according to Steve Nick's article of When and Where the Wildfires Occur, published on .co.com, May 14, 2018. The thesis about this speech would be about covering how the wildfires ignite, what damages wildfires cause to nature, and the damages they cause to human property or human health. The reason why most wildfires ignite are because in natural causes are lightning strikes and others are caused by human activity, accidental or purpose, mentioned by Steve Nicks on when and where the wildfires occur, published on .co.com, May 4th, 2018. According to the article written by Joseph Serra, Ron Kong Lin II, and James F. Platts, called How the Wildfire Started and Spread, published on Los Angeles Times on October 29, 2019. And a study was found published that 84% of wildfires of US wildfires are caused by human related activity, and the remaining 16 are caused by lightning. As mentioned here in this image that I drew, right, I've drawn a pie graph here that according to the California Department of Forestry of Fire and Protection, about 95% of wildfires are caused by humans and the 5% are just natural causes. As here, natural causes are just lightning strikes and diablo winds, but in human activity, they are sparks due to vehicles, arson. The term for arson is a fire that has been caused on purpose without considering the consequences. The next one would be is cigarettes, human error, false wires, and power lines, and electrical equipment. As this information was gathered from the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection. Okay. From the same source, from other examples due to human activity are such as a man that got lost in the forest and his best option that he thought of for calling for help was making a fire, but soon it got out of control and started a wildfire. Another example was a faulty wire at a hot tub that caused a spark that led to a fire, then to a wildfire. Another example that probably is between the natural and human activity is the failures to extinguish previous wildfires, because usually a person would think, oh, that once you don't see any fire, it's no more harm anymore. But the truth is, due to the winds, such as the Diablo winds, could carry pieces of or fragments of wood, leaves that have already been ignited and begin in a different area. Second point was how are wildfires harmful in nature. According to the article National Geographic named Wildfires from an unknown author, because I spent time trying to find the author of this article, but I couldn't find it. It provides evidence of how wildfires provide a negative and positive impact in nature. Some positive impacts it happens in nature are that some of the wildfires are essential for the growth of many plants and trees, such as the pine cones. They need heat so they can release the seeds. Another example are the chaparral plants, including manzanilla, chamis, and other plants need fire before the seeds could germinate and spread into the ground. The negative impacts that wildfires have are mostly on the animals that live there, or the population of natural of nature's animals that live there. And many of the animals could get stuck or trapped within the fire and immensely die. Other ones will lose their homes, as and also immense areas of vegetation can be destroyed due to wildfire. Like many ecosystems that have been for a pretty long while could easily be destroyed in the blink of an eye. Image here. Well, I forgot to get a printer, so I couldn't print out the image, and due to the lack of resources, I used marker for this for drawing this picture. There you go. There's, as you can see in the middle, the deers are saying ya valió, ya valió, with the wildfire, while they're trying to escape. In the background is, as I said, the wildfire. This image was drawn by. This image was posted on Planet Daily by Chris Simmons. Okay. The third reason, well, this is due to human activity or human effects. Well, the first point is obviously a wildfire could kill you. You can't if you could just walk up to it, you'll burn and die. Another example an example of how wildfire could be deadly comes from an example from National Geographic. The article titled "Wildfire" says a 2018 campfire in Valley County, California, destroyed an entire town of Paradise, and in the total of casualties was 86 people dead. In how terms, the carbon dioxide released by wildfires could be extremely deadly. Extremely deadly because if the person suffers from respiratory systems such as asthma, as part of me, because I suffer asthma, so with the carbon dioxide could bring a major risk of that person having higher injuries or death due to the lack of oxygen going through its respiratory system. In other terms, wildfires could destroy human property, such as if the person lives in an area close to a dry forest or any other factors mentioned within the wildfire reach. All their personal property that the person has been working through for its life to gain could be destroyed or could be burned easily, and have to start from zero in the same place, or if not, move to a different area. The conclusion I got from wildfires are that there's a higher percentage of that people such as from arson that cause wildfires on purpose without measuring the consequences of how that could impact other people that have their lives built near to a forest that a wildfire could be burnt easily, or the animals and the ecosystems that live in it that die or not lose everything too. And towards the ecosystems, wildfires could be harmful, very harmful to the ecosystem, but at the same time, as the example mentioned with the manzanilla trees and the pine cones, the wildfires could be helpful for the environment or the natural ecosystem. The ¿cómo se llama? The references I used was the first article was "When and Where Do Wildfires Occur?" published in .co.com by Steve Nix on May 4th, 2018. The second one, "How the Wildfires Spread?" published on Los Angeles Times by Joseph Serrano, Ron Kong Lin II, and James F. Peltz on September 9th, 2017, I believe. Articles, Wildfires, published on National Geographic. The author, well, I believe it's, as said, was National Geographic Society, published on July 18, 2019. Oh, and finally, my last example was from CNN News. CNN News. CNN News. The article name was "There are dozens of large wildfires burning across the U.S. right now. Here's where they are." The author was Teresa Waldrop, published Sunday, August 23rd, 2020. Thank you.